Okay, good evening. My name is Jeff McFadden. I'm president of the Chatham-Kent Labor Council. On behalf of the council, Unifor Local 127 and UAW Local 251, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out for this Mayoral Forum. I'd also like to thank the candidates for taking time out to be here tonight. We have a moderator. His name is Jason Campo. He will be taking care of all the questions. We have paper up here with pens so you can write questions down. Questions are going to be pulled from the hat. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the moderator, Jason Campo.
I understand that the candidates all received a copy of the rules of order and they've been distributed freely, but I've been asked to go through those rules briefly.
My name is Steve Brent, and why I'm running for mayor is because I am one of the few candidates with a business experience and acumen and common sense to actually repair and fix and drive forward the Chatham-Kent municipality. My dad and mom came here at the end of World War II. My dad was one of the original hires of H.W. Burgess. My mother was a Libby's employee. Of course, my dad worked with brass. My mom was in the union for over 30 years. And I certainly grew up in Libby's and also in the agricultural sector as well with my relatives. And our relatives are still here. I have 30 to some odd nieces and nephews in Chatham-Kent. So very proud of that. I was with CIBC for 33.5 years, early retired from there. 18 years as a bank manager and worked with big budgets, billions of dollars. So the $300 million that we're dealing with in Chatham-Kent is certainly manageable. I know numbers. I challenge the administration to show me the data and to prove to me that things are needed and things need to be changed. I see that. My accountability and transparency program will ensure that the councillors are all engaged in the voice and bringing the voice of the people to council. I guarantee that we will do that. I just want to show of hands who thinks that taxes may have been negatively affected over the last 8 years of this administration by imprudent investments. A sewage treatment plant, water treatment plant, Bradley Center, Capitol Theatre, Industrial Park, other investments such as overruns at Kingston Park. The list goes on. Show of hands, who thinks that negatively impacted our taxes? Quite a few people. You're right. I will create the synergies with the stakeholders in all groups, the ag sector, tourism, small, medium, large-sized business, education, to ensure that Chatham-Kent is ready for the future and will be able to drive the economy and have great increases in our wealth and well-being. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Which municipal projects or pursuits do you feel are redundant or not effective, and which ones would you like to see put into place?
So the redundancy and the lack of effectiveness is actually in the overall process of how administration puts things together. If you look at the budget, I don't know if anybody's ever seen this, but about 4.5, 5, 6 inches thick. The process of understanding the budget is the one thing that's held our credit rating back. Is the lack of budgetary processes affected our budget negatively. So how we put that together from an administration perspective and deliver it to council, that's hugely flawed. If we fix that and make that more effective, which I am a process expert, as I spent 35 years at CIBC doing, we'll be able to save an amazing amount of cost, streamline it for council to have the issues more understandable, have it in a more timely manner so that they have absorption rate which is much greater than they currently have right now, and they'll be able to make more prudent decisions and better investments than they ever have in the past. So I will fix the redundant processes of the administration, save a ton of money in doing so, and create a much more effective communication link between administration and council and the mayor's office as well. Thank you.
Seniors paved the way for our freedom. Why is there not affordable housing and proper care for them now?
So we lived in a wartime house ourselves in my early life in Wallaceburg, so I understand the challenge of affordable housing. In CIBC, I've worked on 2 major social housing projects, one in Hamilton, one in Montreal. One was 36 million and one was 40 million. It takes an awful lot of juice to make those things happen. Those are big numbers. We may not have the ability to do that right away, but it's something we need to look and work towards. Riverview Garden is a uniform building, so they're doing a very, very good job. We need to expand the capability there. We need to take a look at the opportunity to duplicate that and to better support that to ensure that we're adequately looking after the seniors and fixed income pension folks. And it will also become a business attractor. One of the strategies CK is using is to attract seniors in the Toronto market. if that does work, we have to make it affordable for them. We have to make it a pleasant place to live as well. So we may be asking for the opportunity to look after that segment of market and not be prepared for it. As mayor, I'll ensure that we'll work hard to be as fully prepared for that as possible, again, because I work on major social housing projects, and we'll bring that skill and capability to Chatham-Kent. Thank you.
So 5 to 8 years down the road, the vision for Chatham-Kent, what do we need to start doing and what do we need to stop doing?
My vision for 5 to 8 years in Chatham-Kent, I believe I have a vision that extends longer than that, because that's what I'm all about. The vibrancy of the community has to be paramount from a financial perspective. And having a municipal government that doesn't make inappropriate community investments, that has the view of the taxpayer in mind at all the time, and having councillors that represent the voice of the voters as well. That's extremely important. Currently, that's not happening right now. The last time I believe that we saw a town hall was with the young Frank Vercouteren back there in 2002 when he had a town hall. It really hasn't happened since then. So how can a council represent the voice of the people unless they have 100 to 350 people in the room at any time? Those are things that will build financial and economic viability of the Chatham-Kent, and that's just a start. I see a better educated Chatham-Kent. I see a world-class education center, not to extend beyond Chatham or St. Clair College. I'm an alumni there, so I love St. Clair College, but it's not enough. It hasn't got the types of programs that it's going to take to get young people working again and having skills to be able to offer the opportunity of a variety of employers at levels that are not highly skilled, that are medium skilled. And it's like the Westfield College and things like that, where they have 8 to 11 different programs. They're very tactical online programs, and bringing that to Chatham-Kent and making sure that within 1 to 2 years we can put very skilled people out and to actually have great jobs. Arts and culture, I see we being maybe a baby sister to Calgary. Calgary is known as the arts and cultural capital of Canada. I can see Chatham-Kent being the arts and culture capital of Ontario, and that comes through a massive effort of bringing tourism together, agribusiness, and the like, and I'm the mayor to be able to do that. Thank you.
How do you feel about organized labor and their input into municipal policies?
Organized labor has played a key role in the history and development of Canada, and certainly in the history and development of Chatham-Kent as well. I grew up in a labor home. My mother passed away in 2004, and I can't remember a day that went by when I ever interacted with my mother about the glories of what the union did as far as respect for people, liaison with management, and being a herald of employee rights with the unions that she worked with. The relationship with Unifor and the CAW is something that, yes, I know economic development has touched that, and they are working to some degree. The opportunity, however, is to amp that up such that the Unifor and CAW really has the ability to become a business attractor for Chatham-Kent. You have the history, you have the wherewithal of the businesses that are out there that are union-based. My wife's in a union, she works at the Royal Canadian Superstore, so I see, and I worked with the Western groups half my life in the CIBC. So I've seen the difference it makes on families. You have the ability to bring business to Chatham-Kent. I don't think you have been unleashed with respect to Chatham-Kent and economic development and a number of other departments that you need to be supported to ensure that we are anxious to have businesses that are union-based with organized labor here, and it can be a welcome environment. And I want to unleash your capability with the people that are working with the economic development and trying to stimulate and build business in Chatham-Kent. You really have the opportunity to become a business attractor and to partner more closely with Chatham-Kent to ensure that that happens. And breaking down the obstacles that are ahead of us of astigmatism that may have been present in the past. That's not a real thing. We've seen the benefits of unions and organized labor over decades and decades here in Chatham-Kent, and it can be beneficial again. Thank you.
What individual skills and qualities do you bring to the job, and why would they be important in your role as mayor?
The skills and qualities that I bring to the role of CK Mayor is leadership. In my last role with CIBC, again, I was responsible for the sales activity of over 22,000 individuals. So the bank had confidence in me to manage and sustain and grow massive budgets. We launched products nationally that you're currently enjoying today, from Interact to Instant Teller to Mayoral Gold Card, and even investment products that the bank saw fit to dedicate to myself and a colleague that rolled it out in Canada to the tune of the first $1 billion that we took in on investment. They dedicated to us because of the level of achievement that we had across Canada with it. So the business acumen and financial capability that I bring will actually make the opportunity to establish community investments that actually pay return. Wouldn't that be novel for Chatham-Kent? My worldwide networking, the opportunity within CIBC and through Sun Life, working with large corporations worldwide. I currently have a number of massive business relationships with companies that deal with the top 600 companies in the world. I will bring those to bear for Chatham-Kent. It's not me spending 8 trips to China in the last 8 years or whatever it is. It's me on a half hour to big business and doing what this current administration did in 8 years, I can do in 6 months. So the team building capabilities, I have to create the synergies with large working groups and to bring this community together, from everything from tourism, agri-industry, to education will be an opportunity to promote growth and benefit all from an economic and financial perspective. And the last capability I have is working with large educational concerns that I've done over the last number of years across Ontario, bringing those to Chatham-Kent as well. Thank you.
Will you support the procurement policy in place regarding sourcing from Canadian and local sources first, if available?
Absolutely, yes. The buying local, however, we need to sharpen our pencil on that one too. Many businesses, hundreds of businesses that come to me over the last probably year, and certainly before that, but absolutely amped it up in the last year, saying that they had an opportunity to do a request for proposal with the municipality. And they honestly felt that they were not given the due that they expected, and that too many jobs are going to outside of Chatham-Kent. And what I propose is that we look much harder at local talent and really have a better explanation of why so many outside companies, other than Chatham-Kent-based companies, are actually doing the work here in Chatham-Kent. I think we really need to crack that nut and to understand that when money goes out of the community, especially, let's say, roads, like just that alone, the asphalt or cement, that's a massive amount of money that's actually being directed out of this community. If we can direct a portion, at least a portion of that back because we're buying local, it would make a significant difference. If we have to pay a touch more, I think there's a real cause for that, because the economic impact of buying local will be significant. Even if we pay 10% more on a contract, the economic and local benefit would be massive. It could be millions and millions of dollars turned back into Chatham-Kent, because I'll tell you, if you buy here in Chatham-Kent and you're buying from local businesses, what's the local business doing? They're reinvesting back in Chatham-Kent. They're buying it here. For every $1 million spent or earned by agriculture, for instance, $930,000 is spent back in Chatham-Kent. And that's what we have to think about, buying local and really looking at the capability of local businesses providing a better source of revenue for overall Chatham-Kent.
What is your vision for the future creation and maintenance of real full-time jobs with benefits and the living wage?
Well, I certainly believe that the municipality plays a great role in stimulating job growth in Chatham-Kent. And my whole world as a financial planner for Sun Life right now is providing benefits to small, medium, large-sized companies. So I know that the issue at hand is affordability. So if we can provide a financially sustainable and viable municipal government with less red tape, more responsible government, and cutting the bureaucracy, it makes small, medium, and large-sized business able to do more business here in Chatham-Kent. I hear every single day about the roadblocks in front of small, medium, large-sized business I started doing business here. I've seen them cancel a number of projects for the smallest level of fees and the unwillingness of municipal government to support local business. I've had massive business interest here in Chatham-Kent say that they've never had a call by economic development. I think that's malpractice. We need to start paying a little bit closer attention to major providers, because they can provide major dividends for us as well. And they can afford more jobs and more high paid and higher benefits, but they need to support a municipal government. The key, it was said last week in the Financial Post really well, the key to the future of smaller communities, rural communities, and urban-based growth is small, medium, and large-sized business. We have to enable small, medium-sized business to be able to grow and to thrive and to prosper and to generate great profits. You can't do that unless you have a well-educated and more skilled labor force, so we as municipal government need to bring that to bear. And improvements in arts, culture, and tourism, sports, we need to give them a better lifestyle to ensure that the young people and old people alike have a thriving community that they live, work, and play in. Thank you.
Briefly explain how you will bring the council, city employees, and the community together to develop workable, realistic solutions that will balance taxes and services.
Well, it begins at the mayor's desk, certainly providing leadership and strategic vision to all those involved, and having the ability to create a team environment so that everybody understands their role. They have the skills, willingness, and capability from a learning perspective to do the job, and I truly believe that that's not happening right now. The accountability and transparency plan that I have for council means civic engagement to the nth degree. The opportunity that we have is to truly represent the needs, wants, and desires of our community by having these town halls. Again, I compliment Frank for having it, and that really is key. How can you represent council if you're getting your information from 5 or 6 people in a coffee shop and bringing that in? Those are self-interest that you're serving. Different story when you have 100 to 350 people in the audience with a municipal recorder. You asking the hard questions to them. What are you looking for from the council, from the mayor's office, from the municipality, and bringing that data back into council. Having a municipal recorder there means that the mayor also has access to what your constituents are saying, so that when you're asked what is the voice of your people saying in where you represent, that the mayor also has access to that and say, well, that's not how I see that they said that. Having the opportunity to support the council and support the voters with the true measure of what they're saying and what they need to have the councilors and the mayor's office do. Working with the civic engagement is the opportunity that you're going to be doing the right thing for the people with respect to delivering services in a tax-efficient manner, because you're more knowledgeable on what it takes to get the job done. Thank you.
This round is an opportunity to wrap up your platform or any ideas you wanted to bring forward. You have 2 minutes.
What you get when you get a Steve Brent-led municipal government, you get financial responsibility and acumen that is demonstrated over 40 years of business practice, professional business practice. You get a willingness to build teams within a current local government that is fractured at best, and that you have an opportunity to build civic engagement that has been less than apparent in the last 8 years, at least 8 years, probably 12. The opportunity to have a zero-based tax balance budget, we definitely can do that. There's absolutely a way to do that. A lot of the representatives up here don't agree with that. There is absolutely a way. I will outline. We can get more results with less outside consultants, and make the people within the municipality more accountable for having those decisions in-house. Again, I'm a team player, well-versed in community investments, finance, and common sense, and that's the stuff that I will bring you. I'm a very visual guy. I want to just share with you one visual aid that I have been sharing around, and everybody wants me to show that. So what you have had in the past is a council that has a spending problem, and what you'll get with the Steve Brent-led government is the opportunity to say the spending spree is over. Thank you.
I'm glad you were here tonight. Hope all your questions will get answered. Thanks again to the candidates.